Welcome into the Main Event Broadcasting Network. I'm Danielle Jenkins, Assistant Director of Athletic Communications, and today we'll be joined by newly hired graduate assistant Bathong Pham, who will be helping head coach Jeff Jenkins with the cross country and track and field programs. Coach Pham, thanks for joining us today and welcome into Piedmont. We're glad to have you with us. You're coming in fresh off your own collegiate career at Concordia University, Wisconsin, where you were a dual sport athlete competing in both track and field as well as football. Concordia also a Division III member. What was it about that Division III experience that made you want to stay in the Division III realm coming here to Piedmont?
Division III kind of for me is like the guy who always gets picked last in the sport because they're really hardworking kids, and same with kind of like my background, like really hardworking people, but never got that opportunity to get that scholarship. But we still want to do things that we love to do, and everybody who's in Division III, they're able to kind of do it on their own terms and do it because they love the passion and they have passion for the game and stuff like that.
Now, you competed in sprints, jumps, pole vault. Tell us a little bit about your career and some of your primary events.
My career was kind of all over the place when I came to Concordia. I started out as just a sprinter, and then I think transitioning from my freshman year into my sophomore year is when they started making me a multi. Then they realized that, well, he's good at a lot of things, but he just sucks at hurdles, so it's going to stop him from competing in the full multi because he physically, it's harder for a shorter person to hurdle. So then I went from my sophomore year to my junior year. I started doing just 100 and just a 200, and that was when I started excelling really the whole way through. And then throughout my whole career, I was also very just gifted with the ability to do long jump very well. And I picked pole vault up when I was training for the multi, so that became one of my primary events as well. So by my senior year, I ended up doing the 100, 200, long jump, pole vault, and the 4x1. I guess those would be considered my primary event.
Like you mentioned, pretty much all over the place.
Yeah, if I had to pick one, I think it would have been long jump if I got a chance to just pick one.
Now, you were also a successful pole vaulter, finished fourth in the conference in the outdoor meet this past spring. Coming in, great pole vaulter here at Piedmont with the freshman phenom Kyle Ray, finished as a USTF CCCA All-Region team member this past year, one of the top 10 freshmen in Division III this past season. What events will you specifically be working with? You mentioned you got experience for across the board, but what events are you going to be focusing in on here at Piedmont?
So I think mainly sprints, hurdles, and then just the jumps. I will be working with all because the way I take hurdle trainings is basically you get faster to hurdle faster. So they're going to be more towards geared towards the sprinter. So I count that as one group, and then jumps, long jump and pole vault would be together. But yeah, having Kyle really helps because he's a little bit more experienced than most pole vaulters that are coming in, and he's already really gifted and talented. So that makes my job a lot easier.
There you go. It's easier to work with talented athletes.
Yeah.
So you also had some coaching experience prior to coming here, as well as you had the opportunity to work with Living Word Lutheran High School back in Wisconsin this past spring. Tell us a little bit about that experience and that first taste of getting to the coaching side of things.
Yeah, so I was kind of actually really nervous coaching because I was like, well, these are high schoolers. I don't know what their level of coaching is, or I don't know how coachable they are. When I got there, those kids are super hardworking and they're very, very talented. Just like being able to work with that kind of level to start out with really just kind of helped me transition in, because like coming into college, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my life, and I guess the past 2 seasons for Living Word kind of really solidified like what I wanted to do.
Of course, at the high school level, a little different than the college level you mentioned, but a nice little transition to get started. Yeah. Now, of course, recruiting is a big part of the game here at Piedmont, getting those student athletes in. So how has that transition been, moving toward being the one who was recruited to now being the one doing the recruiting?
Yeah, every time I recruit now, I kind of just like relate back to like what happened when I was being recruited in college. And it kind of makes it a lot easier because I'm from Division III and I'm recruiting in Division III. So I kind of know like what to say and what to do in terms of like how I kind of can relate to the athletes that I'm recruiting, which is really nice. It's also one of the most difficult things I've done so far, is because you have to like worry about rejection and you have to worry about all different other factors that go into it. So yeah.
Well, the challenges are part of the game, but Coach, we know that you're going to do a great job here at Piedmont. We're excited to have you on board, and best of luck this season.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks for joining us today on the Main Event Broadcasting Network as we sat down with newly hired graduate assistant Bathong Pham. I'm Danielle Jenkins. We'll see you next time.